The theory that the moon landing was faked is a conspiracy theory that suggests that the Apollo 11 mission in 1969, in which Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to walk on the moon, was actually an elaborate hoax perpetrated by NASA and other government agencies. Proponents of this theory argue that the moon landing was staged in a studio, with the footage being filmed on a soundstage or with special effects. They cite a number of supposed inconsistencies and anomalies in the footage and photographs of the landing as evidence for their claims. Conspiracy theorists argue that the absence of stars in the photos and footage of the moon landing proves that they were shot in a studio rather than in outer space. However, experts point out that the bright sunlight on the lunar surface would have made it difficult to see any stars, and that the camera settings used by the astronauts would not have been able to capture faint stars in the background. Absence of impact craters under the lunar module. Conspiracy theorists claim that the lunar module should have created a large impact crater upon landing, yet there is no such crater visible in the photos. However, experts point out that the lunar surface is covered in a layer of fine dust called regolith, which would have cushioned the landing and prevented the formation of an impact crater. Flag appears to wave in the wind. Conspiracy theorists claim that the American flag appears to wave in the wind in some of the photos of the moon landing, which would not be possible in the airless environment of the moon. However, experts point out that the flag was mounted on a horizontal pole and was actually being moved by the astronauts as they planted it into the lunar surface. Shadows appear to be pointing in different directions. Conspiracy theorists claim that the shadows in some of the photos appear to be pointing in different directions, proving that multiple light sources were used and that the photos were faked. However, experts point out that the shadows can appear to point in different directions due to the uneven surface of the lunar surface and the fact that the photos were taken at different times and locations on the moon. NASA has released thousands of photographs, videos and documents from the Apollo 11 mission, including telemetry data and rock samples brought back from the moon. These samples were analyzed and found to be consistent with samples of lunar rock collected by later missions, and were also found to be different from samples of Earth rock. Additionally, many of the supposed inconsistencies and anomalies cited by conspiracy theorists have been explained by experts as being the result of factors such as the angle and lighting of the photographs or the effects of the lunar surface and airless environment on the flag. Scientists and experts in the field, as well as former astronauts and NASA employees, have consistently stated that the moon landing did occur, and that the conspiracy theory is without merit. It's important to critically evaluate any information and seek out reliable sources before coming to any conclusions. It's also worth noting that the moon landing was an event that was watched by millions of people around the world and was a monumental achievement for mankind. The idea that such a significant event could be staged and kept secret for decades is highly unlikely, and there's no concrete evidence to support such a claim. The conspiracy theory of the faked moon landing is a baseless and unsupported claim, and it's important to rely on scientifically proven facts and evidence when forming our understanding of the world.